cannons in the harbor started blasting out loud. We were outgunned, outnumbered by a quiet deceit. Betrayed by the hospitality we laid at their feet. They took our forgiveness, they took our embrace, and used it as a way.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Y'all know a feeling that Afro soul these days, right? And there is so much AI music as well. We have to be careful who is who. I put on a song looking legit, a million views, swearing it might have been actually Rihanna. This time is not Rihanna, no, it's AI generated music. That is the time that we live in. So they understand the time that we live in. Be cautious. And give thanks and praise. All praise is due to the Almighty Creator. Just setting up. We are live always on YouTube and Facebook. Now TikTok as well. So you have options. You have options to connect to the program, to get an idea of what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago, to share your views as well. Remember, I always encourage people to share their views, to call, to even message, or try to share the messages that come in online as well, so that we can build proper perspectives. We have to discuss issues. We have to be able to hear the opinions of others, because sometimes from our own perspectives alone, we misunderstand, or we don't fully understand, and therefore we should take into consideration other people's views. Is essential in the formulation of a perspective that is correct. And a correct perspective will only benefit us, so that we know how to angle ourselves. Ignorance exists, but let us not be ignorant, right? Ignorant in the sense of the lack of knowledge. If you don't know today, that does not stop you from learning today, and therefore knowing, not tomorrow, today as well. But you have to accept that there is the possibility you may not know, you may not understand it 100%. And sometimes I see commentators express certain positions on my social media, and I ask, well, explain what you're saying. I'm not challenging what you say, I just want to understand what you say. And sometimes they can't. And then I say, you need me to explain what I have said? You need me to explain? They do need you to explain, or they do need in the first place to actually read or listen to what you said, because they never listened or read what you said, And that is the type of ignorance that sometimes exists. May God protect us from that. Don't be arrogant. Don't think you know everything. I have some people who think they know everything, and therefore they can't learn nothing new, and they don't know everything. You will never know everything. So vast is knowledge and information. And in this time, like I said about the AI video with Rihanna, AI song as well, in this time, knowledge and information is almost endless. Not almost endless. I mean, our little minds, although we created with such tremendous design that this brain could work through so much. Even that in itself is a directive of a creator. It's this mush in your head. this mush that is protected by your hard head is so special. Tremendous creation. Way more tremendous than obviously these things that we are designing based on ourselves. We patterning ourselves and we making robots and other things that can compute. We're putting in information into computers, and they are now able to process along certain lines. Tremendous. For me, all of these things point to a creator. The magnanimous nature of creation points me to a creator. We ain't going to get into the whole quarrel about the specifics of the creator and la da 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 da. You could stick, even if you just maintain that point, you are on a certain level of guidance already. So, blessings this morning to everyone. Blessings to all the working people. Blessings to the garbage men this morning who kept me back a little bit, but not much, and respect to them. Some young men, I saw 2 strong young men too, working. They're able to lift up the big blue bins that us have in that area where I live as well. And I shake my head. I was happy. I was happy to see strong young men working hard, doing something that is extremely important and respectable to their benefit and also to the benefit of the entire society. Respect. And of course, in the normal form and fashion of where I hail them up and thing, there's my people, right? All people are my people, we's people, regardless of creed, race, color, religion, political persuasion, position in society, whatever work you do, we all people. Big up and respect to y'all. That's things I start my day the right way. I was particularly happy to see young people as well working and competent and strong, because we need to use the strength of our youth. We need to utilize that strength. So we turn to the news this morning. Of course, 1 year on, we had a little conversation about that Friday. Not much. 1 year on for the United National Congress and others, right? Remember, it is a coalition of interest. Big Green Army, PSA, so to speak, those members that support all the other unions as well, and all those others who contribute in whatever way to the makeup of governance in this form and fashion. This is the system that exists. I know there are people who want certain changes within the system as well, and there are improvements that definitely can be made so that representative politics becomes more representative. But we need to change ourselves and the way we vote. If we make it about something other than what it's supposed to be, it is we who are messing up the system. And of course, we know that we are cultured into thinking a certain way. Apart from this program, there are many not so positive programs in the sense that they may try to shape your thinking in a way that is counterproductive. But I try to stand out in a way where you make your decisions, but learn how to make decisions. Make them on a sound footing. Let's go to the news. All right, so from hardship to High Court victory, student awarded 500K. What? A High Court judge has ordered the state to compensate a Karipichaima man after finding that the Ministry of Education had denied him access to a tertiary bursary. Okay. All right, respect. And there are people who challenge the system through the legal avenues as well. Again, it is difficult sometimes for people without money to do that. But, you know, I'm happy for those people who do. Very, very recently as well, the Chumaka 5 were awarded some money for the unlawful killings that took place in Chumakak. Right? I don't know if you all read about it. To me, it wasn't satisfactory. The sums, I think it was just $3 million. I could go back to that article, try to find it. But at least it was happening. And the wheels of justice turn very slow sometimes. Very, very, very slow. However, at points, we do get a certain level of justice from those wheels sometimes. And I want to really give that level of respect to those who are involved in the judicial process, in particular, that tremendous role of being a judge, right? Adjudicating over people's affairs. To do so justly and fairly without favor, without corruption, is admirable, and may God bless you all. For those who do the opposite, boy, I am sorry for you all if they, because that position, that type of activity draws the highest condemnation from all the monotheistic, for sure, religions that I have studied. Sad, that's terrible. Don't allow prejudice, don't allow fear or favor or any persuasion, corruption to manipulate you. And I'm not saying that it happens on a tremendous extent, but I have seen some occasion where it is extremely suspicious, right? And sometimes blatant. But for those who do the right thing, are trying to encourage the right thing, and then we condemn the wrong, right? Blessings to those in our judicial services. We have a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. So the young man was found to be unlawfully denied access to tertiary bursary, and, you know, awarded some money. I hope that he utilizes it to continue his education or to start a business, to do something extremely positive for his life. He's a young man, and I would love to see him progress and thrive within the society. Shot dead at home. High voter turnout for PNM council race. Regional leaders condemn attack. I just touching the headlines because we're going to the break, right? And then when we come back, we'll go into detail. Car goes airborne as 2 friends die in crash. Very sad. Rewards, risks in U.S. alignment. All right, people weighing in a little bit on the rewards and risks of our alignment. Shot dead at home. Family alleges execution by police. We need to look at those things and the other news as we come back right after the break.
19 FM.
Peace of God be multiplied unto you in the precious name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. This is Redemption Hour, a gospel program where God will reveal His mind to you on how to live a fulfilled life and to please Him in all areas. Join Pastor Femi Afolabi, the National Overseer of Deeper Christian Life Ministry, Trinidad and Tobago, and other seasoned ministers for a time of divine encounter as they minister and pray for you every Saturday by 9 o'clock in the morning of this station, Street FM 91.9. Our church is Deeper Life Bible Church, number 1 Cochrane Street, opposite Tunapuna Police Station, Tunapuna. The times of our services are as follows. Sunday worship service, 9 a.m. Monday Bible study, 6 p.m. Thursday revival hour, 6 p.m. The redemption hour is a life-changing moment you cannot afford to miss. For special prayer or counseling, contact Pastor Femi Afolabi on 778-9933. God bless you as you listen to this program. Jesus is Lord.
TechFlex TT Limited, the #1 computer store in Trinidad and Tobago, has all your tech needs. We have the latest computers, powerful MacBooks, and affordable Chromebooks for school and work, providing new and refurbished options to suit everyone's budget. Also, we carry a variety of printer options and ink solutions for your home and office needs. Need repairs done? Our experienced technicians can solve your tech problems. Visit us now at any of our 2 locations, Wilson Road, Scarborough, next to Royal Castle, or Penco Street, Montrose, Chagonas. Call 235-4919 for more info. TechFlex TT Limited. Affordable tech. Exceptional service.
A feeling for a big meal.
Chicken.
With big taste.
Must be KFC.
And big flavor.
Chicken.
And value for my money.
Must be KFC.
Yo, who keeps saying that? Well, I hearing something.
I'm the voice in your belly.
Get big value every day of the week, from Munchin Mondays to Fantastic Fridays, and specials to make your weekend even tastier. Check socials for details. Remember, there's only one original, often imitated but never duplicated. It must be KFC.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamflo, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Better living starts at Furniture Plus. Get up to 50% off on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. Plus free gifts with select purchases and just $1 down on credit plans. Don't wait. Visit Furniture Plus today.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast, heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Mondays looking real good. Munchie Mondays at KFC. Get 1 piece of that signature chicken plus a regular side for just $19.95. Small price, big satisfaction. Start the week right. It must be KFC. Order now via the KFC TT app only. Follow KFC Trinidad and Tobago WhatsApp channel for all the deals.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from King's Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. 3420081466539. Those are the numbers. Not just regular calls, WhatsApp as well if all you want to call. WhatsApp, we're up to the times, right? And of course, we are streaming live on all those platforms where you can share your views. Feel free, and I'll try to share them with the rest of the population as well. Munchie Mondays. Mondays looking really good. Munchie Mondays at KFC. Get a one piece of that signature chicken plus a regular side for just $19.95. Small price, big satisfaction. Start the week right. It must be KFC. Order now via the KFC TT app only. Follow KFC Trinidad and Tobago WhatsApp channel for all the deals. I don't know if you also over the weekend I show speed the times we living in, right? Influencer / blogger. Basically, he has a lot of followers online. He shares content, and he tours different countries now, highlighting their food and culture, etc., to his large following. All right, I think somewhere around 53 million followers. That's the time we live in Olive, right? It's a real interesting time we live in. But he went to KFC, and, you know, obviously we know the claim that Trinidad has the best KFC in the world. And I haven't eaten KFC in many countries, but I think we do have one of the better KFCs in the world for sure. I can't say if it's the best. You know where it go, seasoning and stuff. And our local chicken is actually grown the right way for the most part, I believe. So it was interesting. Along with the ad, right? So Munchie Monday. Good and natural ginger tea. Good and natural ginger tea available with or without sugar. All you need is boiling water to get a cup going. As the old people say, don't take flambeau to see in the night what you could see clearly in the day. Good and natural ginger tea. Good advice to start your day. Right. So pick up your good and natural ginger tea. I personally add it to my regular tea. Excuse me. The one without sugar. So I have a blend of the regular tea and a ginger as well. But like I need to take more because boy, this little cold sticking with you. It's sticking. I see some calls coming in. 3420081466539. I'll take them in 2 seconds. Just let me read One last ad, because the bills have to pay, right? Self-rising flour. Are you ready to elevate your baking game? Try Lion Brand Self-Rising Flour. Now in our convenient and eco-friendly pouch packaging. With just the right balance of flour and baking powder, our self-rising flour takes the guesswork out of baking. Whether you're whipping up fluffy pancakes for the kids or baking a delicious cake for that special occasion, Lion Brand Self-Rising Flour helps you create not just food, but connections that bring people together. Bake more, worry less, and share the goodness. Lion Brand, the power behind our great taste traditions. Good morning, my brother. Welcome.
Hi, good morning, President. Good morning to you, Farid and Trinidad and Tobago. What, boy?
Morning, man.
This weekend, I watched something on polling day, boy. I wondering, boy, if, and I don't want to say all Trinidadian, but some Trinidadian, if there's a glutton for punishment or they don't know when they're getting punished. For what, we had a commissioner calling us cockroach. We come and we get one now wearing a Punisher sign. Our barrister saying that there are 4 proud black men who brought out Zuzo or Uzo, whoever the name. But the meaning as this Zuzo thing when they bring out is special oppression. They bring out that. And while they bring out that, other people fixing their people with land and money. They have the diversionary tactics, like for instance, when they raise the fees on the traffic fines. But the land always telling you about down in Chagramas with the 1% take over also piece of the road and down the island.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about going on the island to see how the people get the land and things there while we was debating the ticket thing, right? You never hear nothing about that again after that. Then come, remember, during John had a program in Malabar with the youth planting and so forth, and they was doing well. PNM come and shut down that. After PNM shut down that, we never hear nothing about it again. Now, during John in office now, you think she opened back the plant? No, she never opened it back. So it's just licks upon licks upon licks. The mantra before was when UNC win, everybody win. That was the scammer code at that time. Now the scammer code for this time now is better days are coming. I hope Trinidad and Tobago pay attention to these scammers, you know. These scammers that we have prevailing right now. People only pay attention. But we between a rock and a hard place. Remember when after the election I was talking and saying that we should be looking for a third party from now. Boy, I get a ton of people come down on me like a ton of bricks. You see what's going on now? Because the sad thing now is that even if we move away from the UNC now and go back to PNM, PNM will change nothing. So we're going on the same route over and over and over again. It's time for people to stop thinking party and start thinking country. You know, when I watch at my grandchildren and think I'll be wondering, boy, you know, I never to the grave right now. You know, we'll go on with them and I'm not here, boy. You know, what I could do to change things. And Trinidad and Tobago make a decision, well, look, you see that elect we was getting for the 9.5 years, we're going to make a change. So we decide to put somebody else in office. But we got scammed. And Trinidadian had to start thinking seriously and holding politicians to account because they feel that there's law, you know. They could come in office, talk all kind of foolishness and do what they want. And because you vote for them, you figure that you are obliged, you're supposed to support anything they say or do. And that is sending Trinidad and Tobago to hell in a basket. People only pay attention to it. All you could read these people every move, you know. It's just that some of us just in denial. We could read every move. Let us not be in denial, because if we want a Trinidad and Tobago, we have to make an objective stand and not let people feel they could be pushing things down with truth. Look, these people and them talking with a brazen face like if everything all right and talking about better. Let me tell you what's going to happen here for what? You see these first 3 years, we go get real pressure. Say the fourth year, they will start to give out things. They will start to give goodies to get back in office. And then they will start thieving. And they will thief big. You know why? Because they know if they have an election today or tomorrow, or even whenever the time comes, they will lose. You see what the licks with PNM get? They will get worse than that. And ties with that, they're afraid of. So right now, they will talk anything and say anything, talk words that they know that you want to hear. But the actions wouldn't be for you. Look at all the places that closed down. CPEP, agriculture, this, that, where African people are mostly employed, right? And put nothing in place for them and just coming and talking. If the country in a bad state, why the Prime Minister can't come out and have press conference and talk to the nation? Why?
Yeah.
She's not doing that. I was surprised that she even spoke on the platform in that place the other day.
That's what I was about to say.
Because the way our thing was going, like she wasn't even supposed to speak. So I was surprised after Jolene John. And Jolene John, I like Jolene John because she's a hard worker, but she's not really a platform sort of person. You know? So putting her as a last speaker, ain't really cutting it. And I really surprised that the Prime Minister spoke. But I want Trinidad and Tobago to really pay attention to the way it is going on with this country. And don't tell all yourself because all you vote for a party, all you have to go along with everything they say. And even some of these stations and them forward, some of these stations that they have out now is UNC based and PNM based. So there is no room for people with objective thinking. And every time you talk, if you talk anyhow to any one of the stations, is a supporter of any one of the parties, and that is wrong. We have to start thinking serious and let us hold these people that we have in office, hold them to account, and don't let them feel that we're so stupid and dumb that we still living in the 9-day memory thing. We past that stage now. They're operating on old politics, for a new beginning. But let it be known that right now, the scam slogan right now is better days are coming. Just like when UNC win, everybody win. But that's, as I will always say, they could fool some people sometime, but they can't fool all the time. Have a blessed day, Furan.
Yeah, you too, man. Blessings. And I would want to disagree with some of what you said. Definitely, we have the opportunity to look at what is transpiring objectively and come to some conclusions. And from where I sit, I have looked at it carefully. It is an economic problem in Trinidad and Tobago, undoubtedly. I do not see the sense politically in not delivering certain things to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And I've seen this government with difficulty deliver what they could to major sectors of the society. And we have to thank, we have to be happy. We have to thank the society for that. We have to thank even government for keeping their commitment to working class people, because that affects the entire society. Yes, there have been fundamental changes that are challenging, but they're also contextualized. If you bind CPEP to 3-year contracts with your friends and your family and your supporters, an incoming government is going to find a way not to go down that route. Let's think about it objectively. Think about it. Likewise, if a program is rife with corruption and all of this ghosting, and it is used as party patronage, it is used as a voter bank for another party, it is used as a dependency syndrome to pull people for them to come to vote again for you, then that is going to be changed. But what we advance, and I think you as well, my brother, and other conscious thinkers, is that other programs be put in place to absorb the people themselves who lose their job. And they have brought in programs that have not taken up the volume, but are taking up the volume. It's just a matter of money. So those who on the ground who know what's going on know that even some of the people who are in the upkeep program, that's what the new program taking care of the communities is called, they were paid a little late the other day, right? Because there are financial challenges to Trinidad and Tobago. And as we read later on in this article here, rewards and risks in U.S. alignment, we'll further understand. By now we're supposed to understand the difficult position that we are in, why our government has taken a stance that from a conscious moral perspective some of us disagree with, but why our government has taken a certain stance and left us free to express ourselves otherwise from a human perspective against what is taking place as well in the world. Let's think now, man. Because economically, Trinidad and Tobago running on fumes. Excuse me. The opposition now, who's in opposition, they're saying, where the government getting money to do this or to do that? They're saying it. You know why they're saying it? Because they know what they left. They know what they left. That is how politics goes. So we don't know that when a government comes in after a previous administration, that whatever little that was there, because we was in a bad place economically even under the PNM. Not so? We smart, not so? We were. It was real tough. That's part of the reason why they get wiped out. But we know that when a new administration comes in, we know what the old administration, who is anticipating to lose, because PNM had to be anticipating to lose. Whoever bet on PNM, all it done. Sorry to say. Because PNM wasn't even betting on PNM. But what they do is they take whatever little money is there and they commit to things to cost the administration to come, just to put them in a position where they cannot deliver to the people. Oh gosh, this adversarial politics, this is what happens. So the first year is normally challenging. Wake up now, Trinidad, understand the politics. We have to wake up. So what? Okay, so yes, tremendous slogan, tremendous ideology that was purported during the election. One of the catchiest, probably the only thing come close is real unity under Pandey, right? Tremendous slogan. But it does not mean that they have departed therefrom. And I'm not telling you to be uncautious. Feel free to be cautious. As politicians we're dealing with. As people we're dealing with. As Trinbagonians we're dealing with. As people like me and you. And all they know all they self some all is. I don't want to tell all they all is. So imagine, yes, reflective politicians may not be 100 either. Good morning, caller. Morning, brother.
Morning, Mr. Fuad. I think we I don't know what, I can't say, I don't know what to say. I can't say too much because I think there's a paucity of understanding as regards economics in this country. And that's the root. That's the bedrock of any economy because it provides everything around you. And when people don't understand economics and whatnot, don't understand, the question of globalization and all these different things, those issues, you're lost. And people say a lot of things that probably, again, you come back, they don't understand and they don't have a clue and, and it's difficult for them to adjust. And it's not like abracadabra, This is no magic show. This is this is reality. And if a government gets into office as you rightly said, the previous government told them that there was no money there. They left nothing there, and you know that. The data tells you that. And if in fact, yes, we ought to, I said it last week, and I hold fast to that. The fact that we have to be watchdog. We have to ensure that the government do the right thing, but with an understanding as to what they inherited. The poor governance, the rundown of the economy, the decline in the economy, and what is required to improve the quality of life and standard of living of the people. It means that you can't do that in 6 months. You can't do it. Maybe in 2 years you can't do it. You can't do it in 3 years. It all depends on what is happening, not just locally, but internationally.
Internationally as well, yeah. You are bounded by what is transpiring.
So the government may have the best intention, and they may be telling you, let's hold on. And we know for a fact that, certain things are likely to come on stream and whatnot. And according to the World Bank, according to what I think that the Shell and BP and those people be projecting and all that, we know that. But even in spite of all that, things could go badly. It could go down south, based on what transpires internationally. So this is the thing. I think something is wrong with our education system, and the fact remains is that what people ought to be taught at secondary school levels and at the O level and whatnot, what is in primary school, the kind of discussion that should go on in communities and whatnot. And therefore, when you hear people come out, like if you could just turn around, you just go and pick up money somewhere in some river and say, well, look, listen, look what here, look this here. That don't happen like that. That is not the world. That's not how the world works.
Mr. West,
how economy.
Mr. West, I just explain things to people, break it down, and you know what some people tell you? I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, but that is ignoramus.
Listen, a few people let's tell me, it's our money. We don't want to hear that. That's the position. They just don't want the reality that you're showing them. You're showing them in the face. You're showing them they don't want to hear that.
No, they don't want to hear that. What they want to hear is...
But what I will tell you again?
Well, you can't tell them and just hope that things go well along the road. Those people...
Abracadabra.
Yes. They are prime target for the propagandists.
Yes.
And all these people to create mischief.
Yes, of course.
And so they're like zombies. And that is the problem. I see this. I lived there and I saw it. And I am saying that people have to. You say you can't teach old dog new tricks, and therefore you find yourself in a kind of quagmire. You find yourself in a position where you all you could do is resign yourself. But I am saying that people have to wake up in this country, and there's a lot when people talk about education and we educated people and this and we have a high level. That is not so. That is not so. People might be able to read and write here and there. But in terms of people who are able to think critically, people who understand how governance or how countries run, we don't have that at all. Everything is a bacchanal. The fact remains is that, yes, you have a government in power, you have to watch them like a hawk, you have to ensure that they do the things that is in the interest of this country, and they are not self-serving. You have to watch at that, and you have to monitor the economy. If the economy is growing, you expect that people living standards should be eased up. You can't tell me when probably the next budget come in and your revenue is so and so and so and so and whatever it is, and then there's no ease in people's standard of living, people suffering. It has to be. And then how it is distributed. Is it distributed among the well-off, the wealthy? Are the poor people getting a share in it? So these are the things you look at. You look at these things. So I don't know where you're going with that. They didn't understand that when they had these people there for 10 years and they were on the rampage, mashing up this, closing down this, who taking this, who giving who this and who doing that, who brother getting that, who this, that. All they didn't think about the consequences, but that is the consequence. It happened in 1986.
Yeah.
And it is happening now. So all I could tell them is, yes, I understand your plight, but try and understand where we are and what is required for us to move out of this slum that we are in.
Yeah.
When we come by this kind of anger and want to fight and want to mash up place, that ain't gonna work. because you set yourself back 10, 15 years, you'll be worse off. You end up like 80. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. West. And we do have intelligent people in Trinidad and Tobago. I know that. But sometimes we are persuaded by, the propaganda. And we also, what we feel in terms of the economy affects us. So we don't think clearly because we feel in the pressure. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, my brother. How are you this morning?
Morning. I do, not too bad.
Right. Blessing, man. You was up by the celebration Saturday gone?
Yes.
I saw somebody like you in the crowd.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, I don't green.
No, I don't white.
White, but I saw you.
Yeah.
I saw you in the crowd there. I pick you up.
Yeah. I don't know why. You was there too? You was there too?
Huh?
You was
why
there?
You went there to celebrate what?
You're watching on.
To celebrate what, Mr. Barker? The unemployment? Crisis in Trinidad and Tobago?
Hey, let us be real. You're one of the persons who are considered to
being
have...
real?
No, but you're one of the persons who I consider to have a certain level of intelligence. Let us be real. Let us understand where we are. Let us at least give the credit that they can recognize that we are at a place where better needs to be done, and therefore they have even framed what is transpiring as better days are coming. I don't see that as a disrespect. I see it as a recognition. Okay, things are not 100%, and all you just watch me now. You watch me when I say, hey, time to move, is because those things heading south. The other day, you see all those stuff for the oil platforms and things heading south. You see them the other day? You saw that video?
I'll pick up that.
Right. Well, I telling you, Rams Logistics in coordination with Junior Sammy, right? If you see the big set of thing moving south, going offshore, BP, Shell, all you just pay attention to Trinidad and Tobago business. When those things reach on the platform, when Lauren and Manatee come online, when we start to liquefy this gas, then we know that the economy is pumping again. And then is when we need to advance certain positions economically for the benefit of all of Trinidad and Tobago vociferously. Don't waste your energy now, rah-rah-rah. That is when we have to come together and fight for a fair share of money that will flow. But before that, when the place scraping, let us at least have that understanding. The place scraping. I just watch budget. I just watch allocations. I just watch expenditure. The place scraping. So what we expect? Let me be real with our expectations. Let us be real. But you go ahead and make a point. Sorry about that. Go ahead and make a point.
No problem at all. Mr. Trump, he died?
But I can't even say what I want to say on the program. I have to be responsible.
Okay. I see something there, and then I hear the Prime Minister of our country saying she prays with him and all kind of things.
You bother with that?
I was just wondering.
Rewards and risks in U.S. alignment. How is Shell? How is BP? How is Exxon going to operate with us to reignite our petrochemical, our oil and gas, if we do align to the monster right now?
I hear you. I have two points I want to make.
Sorry, it's tough. I can't even say what I want to say about Trump on the program.
I know your whole metaphor.
But you could say it, You could say it if you want to, and you could get away. I can't say it. So say what you want to say. I
would two things I want to say because I don't have callers.
No, I take up some of your time. Go ahead, and I value your contributions on a morning. So go ahead.
All right. The first thing I want to ask is, because I was watching Miss Delcy from Venezuela move, she landed in Barbados last night, one of the questions is, could anything happen with us and Venezuela if Miss Belsi is not willing to deal with us? Could anything happen? Or that is a done deal there?
That is a question?
That's my first question.
But you know the scene, and you know the scene?
No, I said because they said they're speaking with people in Venezuela and they're organizing a contingent of workers there.
But and you know the scene? And you know what America say that is what she doing right now, Miss Rodriguez. Unfortunately, she don't really have a choice. And you know that?
All right, my next point.
And the people and them picking you up and carrying you and locking you up, you and your wife. Maduro and your wife lock up, you know. In America.
So then everything depends. So what you say, Mr. Ford, everything depends on what Mr. Trump said. If Mr. Trump tell her to give Trinidad and Tobago oil, she have no choice but to do it. So everything is based on what Mr. Trump says.
The world rough.
I'm trying to understand that.
The world rough. The world is
I'm trying to understand, yes or no.
But you understand that already. The world is a rough place, eh?
All right, let me move on.
It's not easy, you know. I scratching my head right now because the world not easy, you know, brother. But that is what it is.
All right, let me move on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, the Prime Minister mentioned in the celebration on Saturday that we don't have to worry, taxpayers don't have to worry about the 3 point some, because that came up, the $3.5 billion came up concerning the houses. Right. Now, what she said is that a lot of the money that will be spent will be like business people, and she didn't really go much into it.
Yeah.
Much into it. And she says that they will build the houses and then they will give them, which is the government, some of the houses that these so-called businessmen live in.
Nah, that's not the case. That's not.
So I'm asking the question.
Yeah. You're missing.
Has AGC
you're missing the
moved away from building houses?
No.
Are we now dependent? Yeah, guide me.
Yeah, what it is PPP, right? Public-private partnership. What it is that the government has put forward the land because obviously the government state has all these lands across Trinidad and Tobago. That is their contribution into the project, so to speak. Private companies are now going to finance and also execute the projects. The houses then go to the HGC. The HGC has a long list, 200 and something thousand people waiting for houses. Many of them who have qualified already for the loans from the banks. Then that money goes to split between the government and the private people who have built these houses. Right. So it's no money from the state. What the state put forward is the land. That is their equity in the project. The private contractors are financing and also doing building. So they're carrying a lot of the risk. That is all good project to the benefit of everybody. No money from Trinidad and Tobago.
So no money at all will be given back to the business besides the land that we're giving to them to build the houses.
No money.
That is it? Or no money wouldn't be given to them somewhere down the road?
No money.
From the houses that they build?
No, right. The split in when the houses are sold. Some of
they will be getting money.
Yes, some of the money goes to the state, some goes to the contractor as well. They have access to this large qualified database of Trinbagonians who want houses. You know? You
get extra 2 hours. That's very good, man.
I got an extra 2 hours.
You get extra 2 hours on the radio?
I don't want an extra 2 hours. Oh God. Blessings, my brother.
Have a blessed day, sir.
You too, man. Love all the time, right? If there's anything that I adverse about with that particular HGC this project that is now being reviewed, is that the communication was not prior to to telling people about the project. Better communication could have been done so that people understand it's not Trinidad and Tobago or taxpayers footing, 3 point something billion dollars. That was bad. But that is the value. It will create employment. It will create some houses, and it is of no cost to Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning. Blessings, brother. Welcome.
Salaam alaikum, my loving brother.
Wa alaikum salam.
Our program.
Peace be unto you and everyone else.
To keep on the truth and nothing else than the truth, to help we God.
Yeah, man.
Forward, this program with jointing with at AGC where private people could put up. That was a program already implemented. You know?
Yeah, it had a PPP. It had that program done with a couple contractors before.
Thank you. Now listen to this. We have to face reality of this country. This country have money, but here where the money is. The money is mismanagement, and certain people we have it in the private account, not the citizen, not the treasury.
Well, granted, that too late. If people had the money in their bank account, that no longer Trinidad state money, like them money. Unless it's corrupt money where we're trying to get back or some kind of thing. And I don't know how, I never see that before in Trinidad in my life. I never see men thief money or embezzle or whatever and then bring back the money. I never see that in my life. I would love to see it.
Nobody don't walk in the treasury and take money, you know, but it's the way they run it.
Yeah, the way they run the thing, yeah.
Right. Let me face reality, my brother. For the past 30 years, we hearing about corruption and mismanagement. Let me face reality. And we had 2 oil boom, and we keep hearing about corruption.
And mismanagement.
Which we know as citizens, you're seeing it. Now, the past administration within both of them, they build a set of building all over the place, and we have a set of government building where rotten and closed down.
Yeah.
Where the priority. Look, it had 2 buildings I always pass in Lavanti. One before Simpson, where was the Ministry of Sports, and I think the Ministry are held by Ganji Lane. They're going down to the Beaton by Parsley Street. Watch at them building on them. But here we're going. We choose to leave them building to rotten, to rent place from politicians, rent place from the partner to get kickback.
Yeah.
And you see, what I'm saying forward, and I will keep
build new place, or give big contractor to build new place. Don't forget that one.
What should that building they buy with government country was?
Yeah.
The past administration know we had money problem. What are the kind of building they build? The health building. What was the priority?
Yeah. Social development. They're going to tell you, Grant, when you go for social development, funds that ain't no money. But them building a multi-million-dollar, what that building going on do for social services? You see the size of that building?
Listen now, man. No, when you see as what I'm saying, and with Mr. West, I will keep saying, the problem in this country is too much educated people with no common sense. And actually, everybody blind because, listen, I'm driving all over the place, you know, and I'm watching before I talk, you know, because right now in Train City, there, by where I'm Popeye, if you see the kind of multi-buildings they're building there, right? With the employment, you see the whole thing is the private sector. And when Eric Williams did say independent, he said the private sector has to play important part too with employment. They don't do that because they're on greed. Them checking out how much, you know how much place you're going. It have a catcher, and the catcher has to be serving because they don't want to hire staff. Let me face the problem. Then now, you have the Venezuelan working from Sunday to Sunday for small money. Okay? The security and them, paying them Jamaicans and them other people and them small money. So the Trinidadians and them pile up and they can't get work because it come like in America. The real Americans don't work for small money. So they start to bring in the immigrants all over the world. So when you're talking, I want to talk with common sense, you know, because you see that book sense, I have a problem with it. You hear?
No, you forget out one part of the equation. Apart from the foreigners who willing to work for less, the Trinbagonians some of them don't want to work because they get
Not for that
accustomed to.
kind of money forward.
No, I'm not even talking about for
Right.
the money alone, but I'm talking
Right.
about some of them, right? They have lost the willingness to work.
Right.
They used to free money.
Because you have to understand, the ULP culture kill we.
Yeah.
The ULP program kill we mentally. It kill we. So when you watch it now, because them Venezuelan and them working whole day, they instead back them about lunchtime. At Trinidadian want lunchtime, break time, smoke time, and rum drink time.
Yeah.
Before they start to do something. You understand? So what I am watching us, and I keep asking, could we immediately implement something for mismanagement, and when people can account for how they get our money? If we implement that like how we was trying to implement the Zozo, that's an example will come in, because where I see in here now, if we get a next oil boom and better days are coming, and far as I hear X and stuff on saying, we don't have nothing in place, and then I hear Mr. West say last week that how the politician can't lock up nobody. But the same politician putting the police in position not to lock them up will be putting the commissioner of police. Who is recommending the commissioner? Right? Look at, I go tell everybody as a Trinidadian, when I hear Alexander is Homeland Minister, I say, well, nice boy. Crime go down, or we go get in. All they're boasting about crime going down from 300 to 200. It should be from none to one. It should be like in Canada and them place. But what I'm saying, before they come in power, they know who they're going to be putting in position. Look at, I will tell you this now first. I don't want to be long because my contribution is where I see it,
Yeah.
not where I read it. It's
Yeah,
where I
you
see
live
it,
it. You're out here. Go ahead.
HDC, in the past, when our government changed, they used to get the union hall or they get some hall, and they used to call all the workers and tell them what is the plan. Ask Mr. Lee, ask Mr. Wayname and Mr. Next Wayname, what is the plan you have for AGC? We have a set of houses right now with people living in it and in paying the rent. It's how people want regularization in house, in apartment in Maloney, where they could pay nothing in coming out. You know for us, HDC under NHA, money used to go to the central government and they used to take that money, pay the police, pay agriculture, pay the fund people, and then AGC now used to have to go back. AGC is a money place, don't get tired of it.
Yeah.
NHA was making money, always was subsidized. They come and they bring it to AGC, so it will come like a private sector. But they start to raise the houses and them way for who could afford it, not for the citizens who work in daily paid and them low class poor things. It end up rich. And I am still saying, up to now for a year past, you ain't hearing what is the plan for the HDC. All you're hearing is poor Mr. Khan trying to do his best. But yet still, Newman George gone, Foster Cummings gone, money where you only telling me how much money mismanaged. Nobody in answering for it. But you're hearing them fellas and them driving around the place, walking around the place as billionaires. Right? And yet still, the first thing all you do, all you send home people, all your plans, all you send home people because we have no money. So you double up on the unemployment. And you know, stupidity, let me look around, man.
Yeah.
The private sector in this country not playing no part to actually make 10 cents. They want to keep on making the million. They want to make a sacrifice of the country going through a thing. We go hire people, we go do this. Man, my brother, I go pick you up and we go take a drive on and look at the kind of billions the private sector billion.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
we want to tell me the country have no money. It's one set of people in the country and we have money. And it's the people we make the money and rip off the country. Let me face reality, because all you have no law, all you have no legislation in place, and all you have a committee, and the committee set up and they find this mismanagement, 3 billion, and then you turn it over to the police. But when you turn it over to the police, look Gary Griffith. And Gary Griffith was talking about this who had money with a transfer from this bank to that bank, and he was commissioner. He do anything about it? Now you come with the Homeland Minister, man, and then we have a next big-time lawyer, man, as minister, and where we doing?
Yeah, thank you very much, Granty. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man.
Blessings. And again, that's where we need to pay attention. We need to pay attention as the boom hopefully comes. Trinidad is tremendously blessed. We have to pay attention when money is there, that it is utilized properly. We have to pay attention that it is not squandered again. It is not mismanaged and stolen. We have to pay attention. We have to pay attention that we diversify when money is with us as well. Good morning, Chris. Welcome.
Hey, morning, brother, and morning to your listeners. You know, Fuad, this government will be doing much better if they could only listen to Mr. West. Because I'm fed up here, ask them to properly have dialogues and to be careful about how they portray themselves and these kind of things. But nonetheless, Fuad, I want to remind you to be very careful how you align yourselves with these people, because their word has no value, no merit, and you can only judge them by their actions. Because these politicians continue to be dishonest. Our media hasn't done a great job in terms of putting certain questions to them and allowing the world to see the constant contradictions, right? But yeah, it's only the action that you could really judge them by. No amount of words.
You have to be careful with words, for sure.
Yeah, no amount of words from them. No, it have people who their word has a lot of value, you know, but
Right.
not these politicians. It have certain people you could take them for their word, on their word, but not these people. And you see all this talk about manatee and dragon and this and that, it is only when it have certain definitives or timelines and exact dates and things behind these things, then Trinidad could really say, okay, something is happening. You see all this talk, and little action. At the end of the day, nobody knows if this thing will really happen or if it will not. Because there are a lot of variables in this thing that you have to consider, which is Mr. Trump and also Miss Dulcie, who hasn't made her way to Trinidad as yet.
Yeah, Chris, don't be dreaming. Right now, it is happening. I ain't asking you. I'm telling you, physically. Listen to me too, and you can trust my word. Listen to me.
Yeah, but once I know where you're going, but let me
Physically, the infrastructure is being put in place. I'm not asking you, know. I just pay attention. I paying attention more than people paying attention. You're seeing literally, physically, the infrastructure being put in place. The contracts are in place. Rowley was talking about 2027. We're looking at a little before that. God willing. Ceteris paribus. All things remaining the same.
Even with all of that taking place, Fuad, there still has to be certain things to happen before any of that kicks off. We could be doing all kind of things in expectation, and rightfully so, you know. But at the end of the day, things can change drastically. Things can drastically change where the deal goes back at a halt once more.
All right, interesting. Anything could happen, but ceteris paribus, all things remaining the same. Certain things are well on stream, and we hope for the best. In the event that it does not happen, then we have to cope with all these things that have different eggs in the basket.
I am hopeful, you know. But
Yeah.
I'm saying, at the same time, these people have put themselves in a position where I cannot trust their words. So unless, as I say, as you saying, you're in a position where you see the infrastructure and things taking place, contracts and whatnot, when the public is able to see that, then we will be able to have some comfort. But just these words from these politicians give no comfort to us out here, if you understand what I'm saying.
No problem at all. And I ask people to be mindful and pay attention to your business as well. Blessings, Chris. I hear you. Yeah, man. Sorry, I know you've been trying to come in there, and I took Chris because you just came off. But as soon as you come back on, right? 342-008-146-65391. Pay attention and do not get caught up in all the little hype about little politics or whatever, and then see some kind of program, little things, and not be prepared for economically what can come to Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning.
Salamu alaikum, Fuad.
Wa alaikum salam. You're trying to come in a little while now. Sorry about that.
And may your intelligence of your callers and your listeners raise.
Yeah, man.
They must be listening to you where you're trying to articulate to them.
Yeah.
Some of your callers not so intelligent. They'll see didn't get call and she gets summons. She gets summons to come to Barbados to get hand point up in she face. She say, you are to give me your oil. This is what I'm telling you. You Trinidad, you cannot do this. When Massa tell you the bowl full, listen to me, listeners and callers. When Massa tell you the bowl full, you have to say the bowl full. Saddam Hussein didn't say the bowl full. Libya didn't say the bowl full. Be careful what is saying. We live in an imperialist world, a monopolization world. Like all you cannot raise all intelligent. We cannot do anything. We're not a sovereign state. We're not an independent state. We're a plantation. Once you understand we are a plantation, we cannot do anything without Americans say. We have to go what Americans say. When Massa say the bowl full, you have to go and milk it and give it to your children, or else they bomb you. And you and your children who's dead and the wealth in your country have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Forward, I hear you try to tell the brother that look, they kidnapped the woman, they kidnapped the man.
They kidnapped the man and his wife, and the charges. I don't know them charges, where they come from with them, because it ain't really adding up. But it don't even matter if it real or not to them. Them just doing what they want to do.
They are telling the bull full. They tell you a bull making cow. And if you don't do that, just sling you up on the plantation and make an example of it. Saddam Hussein and Gaddafi is a present.
Tired to 2 horse and split you in 2.
And split you in 2, check behind the Levi's.
Yeah, beat you to death. You know, hang you, and then put fire underneath you. And they're smiling in pictures. I see some pictures back in the day, Jim Crow, lynching we, and them stand up behind to take a picture with you burning, smiling. So
Chris,
I don't know if they don't understand the world we living in. We working.
Them need to raise their intelligence.
We working.
Need to raise their intelligence.
We working to find our way, but we working. We have to be careful, and we working. We coming to the end of the program.
Forward, you are the oil in this country. You cannot do nothing without I making a 2 shilling from it. You cannot do nothing, brother.
Facts.
You remember shutter? You understand?
We don't put ourselves where we already are, and we are dependent.
These people control this plantation before we born. We born into this plantation.
Atlantic LNG, which is one of the biggest economic driving factors in Trinidad and Tobago, is only 10% owned by Trinidad and Tobago. The other 90% owned by the multinationals. Yes. It is not us setting up oil in Venezuela and gas and whatever. It is Shell, it is Repsol, it is Exxon, it is China OC maybe. It is not us, but we will get a derivative benefit therefrom. And BP and they doing what they're doing. Them know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing because it's not us. is the plantation.
Yeah,
And
but we will
not
get a
plantation,
derived
must tell us-
benefit. We will get a derived benefit, and we must utilize that derived benefit to diversify our economy to become more self-sufficient, so that maybe we could talk differently or think differently maybe in the future. Let me leave it at that, right?
Robbing you, Justice, I robbing you, and you had to take that robbery with a smile.
Yeah, and you get
Yes.
2 cents. I will leave you $2 out of your 10.
That is exactly how it is. And I hope the callers and embrace the intelligence with this now.
Blessings.
Blessings. Yeah.
I just understand how it is. Mind all your business. Ensure that you educate your children along technological lines, along engineering. It's always had a certain level of ability in Trinidad and Tobago, a certain level of opportunity. Educate your children, push them in fields that are high paying, and then let us translate whatever we get from these non-renewables into agriculture, into self-sufficiency. Let us live in a more sustainable way. And better days that way. If we do the work, better days will come. Blessings to everyone. We'll be back tomorrow. It's just Monday. All right? So blessings to everybody. Love and take care.
Crave Street, opposite Tunapuna Police Station, Tunapuna. The times of our services are